Hello everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Bridget. I am the technical trainer here at Realty Executives Josie, and today we're going to be talking about your zipForm Plus account and navigating that new zipForm editor that you see when you go into your zipForm account, and it wants you to choose between the classic or the new editor. That classic editor will be going away, so you want to make sure that you are comfortable using the new Forms editor and the new digital signing service, AuthentiSign, to be getting those documents signed. So we're going to go from start to finish and how to use the new editor and the digital signing service. So I want to make sure that you are signed into your zipForm account. So you want to go to zipformplus.com. That's zipformplus.com to access your zipForm account. And then over here, we have to start with a new transaction. I know you've got that templates there, but templates, think of them as a place that will have folders of all of your documents. So you want to start with the transaction and then apply a template to the transaction. Now, it's possible that your broker has created some templates for you to use, and if not, you can certainly create some on your own. But today I will show you how to add in forms individually into your transaction, as well as how to apply a template. So I'm going to start here, the new with a plus sign. I'm going to click on new with the plus sign here to start a new transaction. Of course, you can select anything here that you'd like. So now I have to give my transaction a name. So could be the client name, could be a property address, could be a combination of both. Whatever it is, it's going to help you remember what you are doing at the moment. I'm going to put in the property address. Okay, I've picked a category. Picking here. And now I'm going to choose a template. Again, if your broker has some already created templates for you, please do choose something that's going to help you along in the process. And if not, I'm still going to show you how to put those forms into your transaction. So I'm going to choose a template to get me started here. I'll hit save to save my transaction, to start this and move on to getting our transaction going. So now that we have our transaction created, you will see here that it has pulled in the address, since I put it on in the first screen there, and I've applied the template to my transaction here. So underneath my Documents tab, I will see all of my documents. Now, if you do not have a pre-made template, not to worry. We have a forms library here on the side. So all you need to do is click on all forms. Now, right now I am only choosing one library here, so you want to make sure that you click on it to choose every library that is available to you. So that will include the MLSs you belong to, as well as those forms that your broker has created for you as well. So I'm going to do select all here, and I'm going to type in to get my form that I need. Now, as I can see, nothing here, see how I have this blue box here? Nothing here is highlighted in blue, which means the form that I need, it is not yet in my transaction. So I'm going to say I need this one here, and I can click on this one here. It says it was added, and as you can see, that blue has highlighted. So now I know that it is there. So let's say I'm looking for a transaction cover sheet. It's already highlighted in blue. It's already there. I should go back to my documents and reread it one more time to make sure that, yes, indeed, it is still there. But once I am finished adding forms that I need, I will hit the red X and come back to my documents. Here it is, that transaction cover sheet I was looking for. It is right there. And also, the form that I added comes to the bottom. It is there for me as well. So now we are going to fill out our documents. Well, actually, we're only going to fill out one document. That transaction cover sheet is super important. It's going to be the be-all, end-all for you in this program. Fill it in its entirety, and it will populate to all of the other documents in your transaction. So you only really have to fill out one document. Of course, you should check and make sure that everything is all filled in as properly as it is, but we're going to start with that transaction cover sheet. Now, here is where I am going to choose the new form editor. Can you use Classic? You certainly can, but it is going away. So you want to make sure that you are comfortable in learning how to use the new form editor. So I am going to choose that. That's what we're working with here today. And yes, it does look different. Take a breath and get through this together. No worries. So going to start my transaction cover sheet here. by putting in my buyer and the street address, city, state, code, an email address. I'm going to use my own for now since I know where my documents will go to. But if you have buyer and seller, husband and wife, and they use the same email address, not a problem. You can use the same email address for two different people. Yes, it does work. So now I'm going to come down to my seller. Street address, city, state, road, and an email address. And now again, I'm using my own because I know where the documents go when I put them through the digital signing process. But of course, you know, you want to make sure that you put in all your correct information. So now I'm going to come down to my selling broker. My selling broker information is in here. Do make sure that you put in your information, your listing broker information as well. And I come to my property information. As you can see, the property has already filled in because in that first screen, when I was choosing what template I was using for my transaction, starting my new transaction, I put in the property address. It's already there for me. Saves me time. That is why it is so important to be using the transaction cover sheet to fill out all of your information so it populates over to all of the other documents contained within your workspace. And I'm using that word workspace because I'm going to jump over here now to the side and come into my workspace. My workspace is going to house all the documents I need to be signed. Okay, right now my workspace only has here the transaction cover sheet. So what else has to be in my signing packet? Okay, I'm going to put my contract in the signing packet here. I'm going to click that plus sign, and there it goes from the bottom. As you see, it's gone here, and it is now part of my workspace. My workspace, again, is going to contain the documents I need to send for a signature. So now if I click here, my contract of sale, I will come through here. Look at that. Already filled in the placeholder for where I don't even have to type the seller name, don't have to type the buyer name because it came in from that transaction cover sheet. That's why it is so important to fill out the transaction cover sheet in its entirety. So now you want to add in any of the documents that you may need. I'm just going to add a few here just to show you how it works. Okay, so I have those couple in my transaction there in my workspace, and these ones are going to be sent for a signature. Again, if I want to see where any placeholder is, I can just take this page over here, and why it does that. Name is already filled in. Name is already filled in here. And again, name filled in, and even the firm name is filled in as well. So I'm ready now to move on to prepare for signing. Easy enough. There is in the top right corner when I'm ready, all I have to do is click on prepare signing. I can click on save if I'm not ready to send it yet. Do click that save button before you go back to any place else. And you want to be using this back button that's right here in the program. If you use the back button that is not contained within the program, you will exit yourself out of the program, and I'm sure you don't want to do that. So I'm going to prepare my signing. And here we are sending to use the new AuthentiSign. Can you use digital ink, the old service? You certainly can. But again, that is going away. If you use DocuSign, that's wonderful as it is. But today we are using the free AuthentiSign. Yeah, I know you like that word free. So do make sure you click on AuthentiSign. So now the signing transaction name here that we have, it takes the first document's name. So it takes transaction cover sheet. That's the first document I have in my workspace. But I don't necessarily want to call the packet transaction cover sheet because I want to remember what am I sending. So I'm going to say client's name and exactly what it is that I am sending. So now I will hit that create button there and create my, okay, create my packet for my digital signing service. So now again, we are using the new workspace here, as you can see, and we're going to be using the new signing service as well. So here we are in the signing service now. In front of me is my transaction cover sheet. If I want to see all of the documents, I will click on the side here to see all the documents. But before I get to that, I want to add my participants. I have my buyer, I have my seller, and maybe even myself as a listing agent needs to sign as well. So here I've got my add participants. I put them in the transaction cover sheet. Therefore, I'm going to add them from the transaction. So here is my buyer, here is my seller. I will select them both. And here we are, blue for my seller and yellow for my buyer. So I can see exactly where everyone will be signing. So now, again, I can go over to my documents here. Here are my documents. They're all here now. And as you can see, as I'm going through them, I can do things with them. Specifically, what I want to draw attention to here is the transaction cover sheet. Does that need a signature? If you're thinking, well, it really doesn't need a signature. It's my information that I'm using to put into all of the other documents. So we can remove it from the signing process. Yes, this only removes it from the signing process, not the program completely. So I am going to remove it from the signing process. And here we are. So now I have just the forms that need a signature. And as you can see here, there is already a placeholder, again, blue for my seller and yellow here for my buyer to sign. So I can see here where everyone is going to be, and I can also see here, I passed it up, that I have the address that came in, address came in, the address came in, as you can see the information came in from the transaction cover sheet. So yes, I did remove it from the signing process, but the information is still there because it is not removed from the program. So now I can see here the colorful boxes. Every place there is going to have something happen. But I'm going to come down here to where I have my brochure. Now I'm sending this brochure here. I feel that my clients need it, but there's no place, look, there's no place for anyone to sign. So I'm going to add a place for someone to sign or perhaps initial. Very easily on the side here, I have my tools and my signing tools. So right now my seller is selected. So if I click for my seller, I can have them have a signing box here. I can also click for them to click and drag to put it wherever you'd like an initial box. But if I'd like something else for my buyer, I will select my buyer here and I can click and here is a place for my buyer to sign. Move that over here. And if I perhaps need something for them to initial, again, I can just click and here is the initial box as well. So it's a one click to be adding in something. Say you have a document that was given to you for a digital signature. It was already signed by a party and you scanned it in. Now it is a PDF document. So the PDF document, as you scroll through and make sure that all of your placeholders are there, you will see your PDF does not have a place to sign because it was brought in outside of the program. How do you do that? Under my documents here, I can add a document or a form. Again, I sat down with my other client, I had them sign something, so now I'm going to put it in for my other client to sign digitally. I will click to add a document or a form, and I can upload where it is. Where does it save on my computer? I can upload it into here, and then I can click to have that signature as added in as well. Now again, maybe you forgot something that you need to add in here as well, something that's already in your transaction. I only need maybe particularly this one here. I clicked it, it is checkboxed. If I hit my close here, I will see that my buyer has a place to sign. I know the others do say ignore here, but that is because I only need to have the one. I will assign my signature block, and there it is. Down here, number 4, saved for a signature. So again, coming in and just adding in those signatures here, very simple to do if you have a document that was signed elsewhere and you're going to bring it in. Certainly add in a signature if you like. So now I am ready to send this off for everyone to sign. I'm going to hit on next up top here. I can send a reminder if I'd like to. I'm hoping my clients are not going to need a reminder, and just doing it now is going to be good enough, but you can send a reminder if you like. You can choose when you want it to send, even the day, time that you want to send a reminder. If you like, you can also customize your invites. Perhaps you do have a certain message for your buyer or seller that you need to tell them something else. You can certainly type that into the box here. The one thing I caution you against is changing the email subject. I would really suggest you do not change that subject. The subject line of the email itself is going to tell them, give them an action that they have to perform by signing digitally these documents that you'd like for them. So once you put that all in there, hit that save button. It will be saved up, and now I can send for a signature. And here we go. We are now off and running. It is sent. I can come back into my eSign at any time here to check that. I can see it has been sent, and it is now waiting for everyone to go through the process. So of course you could come back at any time and see what is going on in the process there, if it is in process or in progress, or if it has been completed. Once the documents are completed though, you will have other folders, and you will have a folder with everything returned, signed as well. Now, I know some people say to me, but my layout doesn't look the same, and that is up top here. There is a horizontal lines in the box here. If I click that, that is how I switch back and forth between what it looks like. So again, still the same documents, it's just a little bit of a different layout, and everybody likes it a little bit different to look at there. So I thought I might include that and show you how it looks. So again, your folders here will be on the side for your digital signing folders when everything has been signed as well. So that is just a little bit there from start to finish, how to get your documents there, how to get them into the digital signing service. Again, if you want to be using that new workspace, you want to be using that new AuthentiSign to get everything done. The old classic form documents form editor will be going away, as well as the digital ink. They will be expiring soon. So do make sure that you are in the know and understand how to use the new way to go through the program. If you need any more help, that is my email, that's my phone number. Feel free to call me up, schedule a one-on-one. We can go through it together at any time. Thanks so much for joining me today. I do hope you learned a little bit more about navigating the new zipForm editor. Until next time.